Everybody has the ability to be great. You have to be willing to activate the great from within. It starts with you, and it starts right now. Good Monday morning to everybody out there.
What's happening, man?
Oh, you know, just Monday after April Fools.
Oh, yeah. Back in the saddle.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know,
we got jokes.
we got jokes.
Yeah,
No
man.
bigger joke than what's going on in America. So
Yeah.
I think everybody's heeding that call. They're like, man, I can't even do it.
Yeah, I don't even want to get in the game.
Nah, man, like, you know, someone's putting some stuff out there. It's like, hey, I can't handle it. You know, anybody wants to put a meme out there about Tiger Woods playing the Masters, I just can't take it right now.
Pass.
You know, exactly. I'm fragile, emotionally, you know.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Don't be hiding from the fools, you know.
Nope. No, man.
No. We hide from a lot of stuff, though. We don't know we're hiding.
Right.
You know?
It can be easy to do, but we don't want everybody to hide on sharing this, subscribing, all that.
Oh, yeah. Don't be hiding from your feelings about this podcast.
Yeah, man.
Come
let
on.
it out. It's
Let
okay.
it out.
It's
you know?
okay to feel the love.
Tell your friends. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, but we don't want to be hiding, man. The shadows isn't the place to live.
Sometimes we could expand on that definition or what hiding means to people. I don't think folks know they're hiding.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah, a
what I
lot
mean?
of times you don't even recognize it.
You're so hardwired one way. You say things, you do things that are autopilot. We're going to keep beating that drum a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, we are wired individuals. There's things that just happen from a reflex standpoint because over time you've learned how to reallocate that energy into other things. So you've created this habit.
Yeah, man.
right?
Just like you have a personal brand. Over time, you have a personal script that you follow.
Sure.
You follow the script.
Oh, sure.
Whether you realize you are or not.
Yeah, to the point to where, you know, you even personify with it. Like, you see yourself that way.
Yes, because
know-
the inner monologue follows the script.
Oh, yeah. The Mind movie's going to follow the script, right? I mean, you know, the script was in place before the Mind movie even came together, right? Before it became this, you know, collage of thoughts and vantage points and how we view ourselves. What ends up happening, though, is you end up kind of isolating yourself, whether you know, wear that on your sleeve and everybody knows that about you, or you're just really good at hiding.
Right. Kind of like we've talked about recently. The opposite of inclusion. Like, it's us hiding in the shadows, man. That's us not even including ourselves.
I think inclusion or grace or whatever you want to call it is inclusion. You want to, like, hey, look, step out of the shadows. We've talked about that before, right?
Yeah.
But this is going to be a little different spin on that.
Yeah.
Okay? So we want to talk about today 3 ways to recognize you're hiding from yourself and the world. Okay? Not just like, hey, be bold enough to step out of the shadows like conversation we've had in the past. This is a deeper dive into this. Okay? And you don't even know you're hiding. A lot of times when we're in the shadows, we know that. We've placed ourselves there.
Hide and seek.
Right, you know, and it kind of comes back to the whole, you know, you're not humble, you're hiding kind of thing. You know,
exactly, that's where this comes from.
Yes, exactly. I don't think we realize how much or how often we do it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, to the point, like, even I had a massive light bulb moment this morning. You know, just a little shift. And it's amazing how quick you can snap out of this, you know, this hiding mentality. So again, 3 ways to recognize you're hiding from yourself in the world. Number 1, you struggle to make firm commitments and specific commitments.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's always, yes, I'm going to do this. When?
Well.
Where?
Yeah.
How?
Right.
Why?
Yep.
I recently realized that, you know, those are the things that keep us hiding. Oh, I don't have time. Hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just not for me. Hiding.
Or the favorite word of busy.
Yeah.
I'm just too busy.
Too busy.
Yeah, it becomes auto response, but like you have said, you know, it's a way to hide. It's a way to stay in the shadows. It's a way to keep that shadow cast on yourself. Yeah, it's safe. It's that safe zone.
You think it's safe. It's the perception of safe.
Right.
You know, and I don't think people realize that if you want to make a firm commitment to something, it's not Narnia. It's not this, you know, this fake, you know, magic land, you know, okay, where Care Bears hang out and frolic. Okay. It just doesn't go down like that, you know. I mean, what we end up doing is we keep ourselves in this form of normal that you know what to expect here, you know, instead of frolicking about.
Dude, you killed me with that word. That was so needed. I hope everybody finds a way to use that word in their week.
Yes, be one with frolic.
Yeah, for real.
What I found with myself, like specifically in the fitness realm, you know, my own kind of physically versus fiscal, you know, mindset and the things that I want to be mindful of.
Yeah.
You know, on the physically front, I'm in a different place. You know, it's like, hey, I know what to do. Personal trainer for a while, really into fitness for a long time, gave this persona of being fit, and then somewhere that went away. right? It was only a persona of being fit. I wasn't actually fit anymore. So now it's time for a new journey, time for new commitments that are time-bound and specific.
Yeah, smart,
okay?
smart goals.
Stop hiding underneath what you know.
Yeah.
What can you apply?
Or what we used to know. I mean,
Yeah.
all those similar things. I mean, you've said before, don't get tethered to something. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where our egos let us hide in the shadows because we are still telling this script of who we think we are.
Sure. Well, and even if that script is something that you used to be, you still try to identify with it from a personification standpoint, even though your actions are not in line with that personification.
Right.
You see yourself in a diluted fashion.
Right. Yeah, you don't even see the shadow that is creeping up on you.
Or expanding.
Right.
You're like, hey, man, you cast
Yeah.
a little wider shadow these days,
right.
player. What's up, man? What are your commitments? But what I found for me personally speaking is that, there's a lot of things I was hiding from finding out what's possible, hiding from how, good a shape can I really be in, hiding from how good can I feel about myself.
Yeah.
Let that one land. When was the last time you did something, you were committed to something to make you feel good about yourself?
Well, and that's the big thing, man. At least for me, if we're going to talk about fitness, it's like the days when I don't want to do it, but I show up because I'm committed. That's when I feel the best about myself. And every time you do that, the shadow diminishes a little bit more.
But I want to take a deeper dive with you specifically. You have a very time-bound, firm set of commitments and time frames that you adhere to.
Yeah.
Right?
I do.
So that's what I want. That's the takeaway I want on this, and that we want on this, is that get firm with your commitments. You want to stop hiding? Get firm with it. Know what you're going to do. Get specific. Write it down. Make it real. Throw it on the calendar.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, and that is definitely how I view it, because I've told many times, like, if you had a boss or a meeting scheduled with your boss every morning at 6:30 a.m., I bet you'd show up.
Right.
Well, that's how deep my commitment is. It's just a meeting that I scheduled with myself one time 12 years ago.
Right.
But that meeting doesn't expire.
Well, and you're not just committed to thinking about it. I feel like that's where I've kept myself, is I've kept myself in a commitment to, I want this, I think, but I'm not going to map it out. I'm not going to map it out to, here's the workouts I'm going to do, here's how long it's going to take, here's my commitment to nutrition.
I would say for me, it's the opposite. I decided one day that I'm not going to think about it. Part of the commitment was that I no longer have to think about this. It's a choice. Concrete, put in stone, it's a choice. I will do these things every single day. End of story.
When did you say like you were you were willing to form new habits though,
right,
to where it became that, right? I mean, like, you over the course of 10 years, and hats off to your commitment because you've been into it. But when you stay committed to something for so long and you're so firm and you're so specific, it doesn't feel like a commitment anymore.
Well,
it's just what you do.
And a lot of times I'll remind people, stay committed to the commitment. Don't forget what the commitment was.
Because you mapped it out, right?
Yeah.
When you write it down, you say it out loud, and you make it real. It's not just this sandbox in your mind anymore. And that's where I've struggled, okay? Where I thought that was enough for a long period of time. Now it's just time to 10x this ish. You know what I mean? But not just wanting 10x activity, having it mapped out to the 10x to the nth degree.
Yep.
Right? This is what it's going to be. This is what's going down. Here's how many times I'm willing to feel like I'm going to throw up to get my cardio where it needs to be. Whatever it is for you. You know what I mean?
And then you just got to go. Go. I remember my dad used to tell me, he's like, you know how you win a race? Go like hell and turn left.
Hell yeah.
Show
up, right?
Yeah.
Show up's a big part of it. But I think it's easier to show up when you have it mapped out and you're making commitments.
Yes.
Fair?
Yep.
So, again, firm, specific commitments. Number 2, you play Ricky Repeater with your words and your thoughts.
Oh yeah, Uncle Rico.
Oh
baby.
man, like you say, it's like Johnny 2 times, right? I mean, it's like you're saying these things, and we all do it.
Well, and we all know those people that have that catchphrase. It's like you go out with your uncle, and you're gonna hear that one line.
Oh yeah. Well, the new one is, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I like that carte blanche Ricky Repeater-ism, right? That just catches everything. No, your words are very important. Okay, what you say out loud, you don't realize how many autopilot responses, auto fill in, auto text, auto correct comments that we make day in and day out, know, and it does matter. It's more than your thoughts. I just got some great advice from someone that just said, the last thing that most people are likely to change are their words.
And it's powerful.
Oh, it's just no, the words mean something. Spelling, you're casting a spell on yourself.
Right.
I'm busy. I'm this, I'm
That's the
that,
one.
I got this, I got that. That's the easy one for us. We really beat that drum quite a bit on the busy side of things, and that's
Right.
absolutely it. But like, just even thinking about, oh, hey, what's new?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, same old, same old.
Yeah. Well, what's that really? What's that mean?
What's that mean?
Yeah, there's the part of the shadow.
Right. When you have these thoughts and you get back and you fall back into complacency, you know what I mean? So you want to start figuring out how to, you know, maybe stop hiding a little bit.
Yeah.
Start articulating your words differently.
That's
Start having fun with it. Be expressive with your vocabulary.
And be open to sharing part of that. 'Cause
yeah.
also, when you give that auto response to somebody, it kind of tells them over time, like, hey, I don't really want to talk to you.
Oh,
Like, so, I mean, eventually over time, then we internalize that. It's like, man, nobody cares.
dude.
Nobody really cares about how I really feel. Well, you don't even, you're staying in the shadows, man.
Well, that's it. More than that, you're creating a symbiotic relationship. Ooh, power word, baby.
Right.
Between your old actions, desires, and thoughts, they're sustaining themselves. Okay,
Yeah.
when you're staying in this spot, you're staying hiding. You're just, you know, no one's looking for you.
You're keeping the anchor on yourself. I mean,
Exactly.
that's what an anchor does. It keeps you stuck in a place.
Oh yeah. Well, instead, another fun power word, simpatico. Well, that's a fun one to say, right? Get simpatico with your future and start creating new words, saying things differently, having fun with it, lighting things up, and like, do I really feel that way?
Yeah.
And just start catching yourself and saying it differently. Take a pause for the cause.
Yep.
Articulate what you're going to say differently that makes you feel inspired, not the same old Groundhog Day feeling day in and day out that you have.
Words are powerful, and
Oh, yeah.
I mean that's part of the power in knowledge and reading books.
Yes.
Whether you listen or read, I mean you expand your vocabulary, but you take on these new ways to view the world and yourself.
Oh, you got to expand your mind, Smokey.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
The more you know.
Oh, dude, it is. And, you know, without like the reading rainbow side of things, I mean, it's just like pay attention to your words.
Yep.
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah,
Because
but
that-
also heed caution when you say them, and like we've said before, the way you deliver the message also. But that goes for internal monologue as well as the external.
No doubt. Are you on, you know, autopilot when you're handling a situation? So there are situations that require more of your attention.
Yes.
Okay? And you're not just going to be able to get away with a Ricky repeater, you know, euphemism or auto response line.
Yeah,
Okay?
eventually that runs out.
You have to just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to stop. I'm going to put this down because I want to mean what I say. And I'm going to say what I mean. Right? And we're going to both walk away from this feeling good about it. We're going to be vulnerable enough to grow together in this moment.
Yeah.
Okay?
Let's bring it to light.
Let's bring it to light. Let's just talk about it. You know what I
Remove
mean?
the shadow.
Yeah, step out of them. Right? You know, it's just, that's a big thing though that we need to pay attention to is all the things that we say to ourselves, think to ourselves, and that becomes you.
Matters.
You're casting a spell on yourself. So be mindful of your words. Kick out the Ricky repeater. Outside the fun stuff, articulate something different. Get artsy with your articulations.
There it is.
There it is.
Dang, stacking 'em.
Yeah, come on. Lastly, number 3, you're not giving any credence to what got you here. You know, I think sometimes some things happen and they go down and, you know, you don't want to talk about them anymore. You don't want to hang out in that space anymore. You don't want to, and lastly, you don't want to give it any value or credence to what shaped you and formed you to get you to where you're at right now.
Yeah, man. A lot of times I would say I've had the blessing to form new relationships and have amazing conversations because I was transparent and vulnerable with my dark side, with my past. And part of where I am today is getting real with that past, but coming to the understanding of that is an equally important part of who I am. Like, I cannot expand and move into the light and the positive without all the dark stuff.
How would you have the appreciation that you do if you didn't?
You don't. But so often, for so many reasons, we don't talk about that. We keep that in the shadows. Like, that's a part of us that we're just gonna hide.
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna tuck that away. You know, and whether we're talking about fitness or any type of different thing, I mean, we wear in public what we do in private.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes to light. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Because and hold on to that value of like it, because it made you who you are sitting here today.
I'm gonna take it the next step further. If you don't come to terms with that ish, it's gonna make time to come to terms with you.
Yes,
okay.
it will.
It will 110% come up, and you will be dealing with some stuff in the most unlucky Isn't that right? Untimely time,
Yeah. Well,
right?
yeah.
It just comes up and it's very inconvenient that this is happening right now, but it's smacking you in the face. But really, it's
You think it's a
yeah.
coincidence? It's not.
Oh, dude, it's like, you know, having a nail in your tire, and you know, every other day you're stopping to fill it up, and then one day you have a blowout.
Right.
And then, you know,
I can't believe this happened.
I can't believe this happened to me. Oh my goodness, you know what I mean? But you know, but what we want to do though is realize that we're not in control. We think we are.
Yeah.
What if you had a little shift in realizing all the things that already happened to you were supposed to happen?
They were.
Were you paying attention? Were you willing to accept that gift? Were you willing to accept that lesson? Were you willing to give credence that needed to happen, even though you don't understand why, and there's bigger things in work than every one of us here, and that we're on a path?
Yeah, man. That was, for me, it was that real hard look in the mirror and allowing everything you just said to come to reality for me.
Yeah.
Of like, man, this is who you are today. All the things that have got you here were whether you caused them or they happened to you, it's made you who you are.
And you were supposed to be that person.
Right. I mean, for me, I've told many times, I cannot even count how many times I drove drunk. Like, to the point I don't remember driving. I'm not proud of that. It's a blessing I'm still alive and never hurt someone.
Right.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why yet. I stopped questioning it.
Well, I think that's another thing where you can get caught up in hiding too, is start trying to make sure you understand things that aren't understandable.
No.
You know, that are, you know, you try to wrap our human brain around something that's omniscient or all-knowing. You know, we don't need to know. We just need to, either you believe you're on a path or you don't.
Yep. Let
you know,
the energy flow through
that's
you,
it.
man.
Well, I think it's a tough paradigm shift to have. You start thinking about all these things, you know, like you got people in your life that didn't treat you the way that you think you should have been treated. Well, do you ever think that they were here to teach you what not to do? And then when you
That's a powerful shift.
Let that shift happen. Let that sink in. And then if they're here to teach you what not to do, how do you still feel as strongly as you do about what happened if you realize that was a gift for you? It just came in different wrapping paper.
That right there. Like, make sure you think about that statement for a minute.
Let that land. All right. You know, just because it's not wrapped the way you'd wrap it doesn't mean it's not a gift.
Yeah.
Man, I think we just call it right there on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So again, 3 ways to recognize you're hiding from yourself and the world. Number 1, you struggle to make firm commitments. Okay, they're overarching. You know, rah rah. All it sounds great on paper, but get down and dirty in the 30-30 and make it happen. Spell it out. Okay, and no matter how big or how small it is. Okay. You know, you're just moving the needle yourself because you're making a firm and specific commitment. Number 2, you play Ricky Repeater with your words and your thoughts. Pay attention to it. Keep track. Have a little notepad. We got these Thomas Lending Team and some Loans with Tyler notepads we can drop off. Okay, you just start keeping like little little notes on there. Like,
how many times did I say busy today?
Yeah, right. Caught myself. You know, so we are Ricky Repeater. Create new words, articulate, have fun, create a simpatico relationship with your thoughts and words, and have fun with it, and articulate some stuff. You know what I mean? Do it differently.
Yeah,
have fun with it.
Don't forget to frolic this week.
And read a book.
That's right.
Frolic in our froliciness, you know. And lastly, you're not giving credence to what got you here.
Yep.
You were shaped. You don't think a rock apologizes for the way it was formed? No, it just lets geology happen. Get shaped, allow yourself to be shaped, and realize that you were shaped for this purpose. What are you going to do with it?
That's the question.
Are you going to recognize this as a gift? Are you going to realize that, hey, I'm not going to judge my own book by the cover that I wrapped in?
Yeah.
I'm going to go and find out because I know there's something deeper here. And I'm going to find it, and I'm going to live it, and I'm going to commit to it.
Yep.
And you're going to do it right now. Starts with your thoughts. Make it happen, people. We'll catch you next week. Want to take a quick minute to thank our sponsor, ccmindiana.com, for all your mortgage needs. Very competitive, ready to rock, ready to help you be a pre-approved buyer that can compete. Ready to get pre-approved for your next mortgage? Stop by ccmindiana.com and see how we can help.